You guys remember these two songs? I think I might have rights to none of this. I didn't do this. I don't know who did this. I don't know what's even playing behind me anymore. It's a mix I thought I made, but I don't think I did anymore. I think it's YouTube playing what it wants to again. Eventually, I'm sure I'll figure all this out. But you probably think you know what you're listening to, because you're listening in the background, right? Sweet Home Alabama, where skies are so blue. Sweet Home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. You know this one? Yeah. The song's about the Southland. Alabama's not my home, people. At all. And I'm quite thankful for that. I heard Mr. Young sing about us. How old Neil put us down. I hope Neil Young will remember. The Southern man don't need him around anyhow. But I hope Mr. Young remembers that. I love Neil Young. He can put me down. I might be a Southern man, but it's only because I was born in the first state, Delaware. You can say what you want about Delaware. It's the first fucking state, people. It's a goddamn fact. Maybe you can't say much about the place I was born, Wilmington, Delaware, but you can say one thing about it. Kind of like in Wayne's World, when Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, sorry to break the news to y'all, Mike Myers played Wayne on Wayne's World. Wayne was not really his name, it was a Saturday Night Live sketch, whatever the fuck. Sorry, I get letters wrong sometimes. I speak more languages than you do, I guarantee that. I'm in my warm sauna-like bathroom. I'm sorry you don't like me recording in my comfortable bathroom. I'm sorry when people come over to my temple. They don't like that there's a heater on the fucking ground. Well, you know what? When I step into my bathroom, I like for it to be warm. I live by myself, people. I don't give a goddamn fuck what you think the temperature of a bathroom should be. I like my bathroom like a sauna. I like that heater on more often than I like it off. And as I live by myself here with 2 fucking dogs, and the dogs don't really like the bathtub because they associate this room with the bathtub. They don't like baths that much. They'll tolerate them, but they're not, they'll come in here sometimes if daddy needs help. And yeah, I'm their dad. I'm like their dog father, whatever you want to fucking say. They're my dogs. I'll train them how the fuck I want. When they're your dogs, then we'll talk about training them. But as long as they're my dogs, and they fucking are, I'll train them however the fuck I please. Yeah, that's it. And I'll say fuck all I want. And if you don't like it, well, fuck off. And I'm not being rude when I tell you to go fuck off. Fucking ain't a bad thing last time I checked. Usually like in this mirror here, usually when you say go fuck yourself, you're telling somebody to go fornicate. Now, fornicate is another word. Fornicate. So from now on, if you'd rather, I'll say go fornicate yourself. Is that an F word you can live better with? Because you're offended by the word fuck, and that's somehow my problem. Fuck. It's a word. F-U-C-K. Fornicate is another word. They both mean the same thing. Sexual relations. So if I say go fuck yourself, I'm telling you to go masturbate. That's what I'm doing. I think it probably would be good for you. Relieve some of that tension you obviously have. Nothing wrong with masturbation, people. You have equipment that you work with. Me, I'm a man, so I have a penis. But you could identify as a woman and still have a penis. I'm not saying penis makes the man by no means or reason. Am I saying that? That would be the wrong way around this morning. And I just had, about an hour ago, I saw the lightning, then I heard the thunder, which is quite peculiar. Because, it was right out my window, it lit up. Lord Shiva, the lightning did. I wasn't filming that, or maybe I was filming something else, or I don't really know. I've got a bunch of different ways to film right now. I seem to be obsessed with this cellular phone. It's a G8 ThinQ. I like it. I just got it. It's all fancy and new. It's got my old SIM card in it. And just for you people who don't understand cell phones that much, there's a little teeny, if you get rid of your cell phone, make sure you take your SIM card with you. Your SIM card's what you want to keep. The rest of your cellular phone. Hold on, the rest of your cellular phone. See this thing, this black thing in my hand? See, when I'm looking like this, you can't see the cell phone. Let's see, here's the cell phone in my hand. See, that's the serial number. So if you zoom in, you'll be able to get all my fancy information off it. My IMEI, sorry, number. This was made in Korea, by the way, this phone, just so you're aware. The FCC ID's on the back here, just so you're aware. And so there's, in case you guys want to get a zoom in later and have all the information about my phone, it's on that little barcode right there. Have at it. Enjoy it. See this shirt? I made this. It's not finished, but it's a work in progress, I like to say. As we all are. Hopefully. We've realized at least that little much. I'm recording now for 16 minutes. I'm just smoking my cigarette in my warm bathroom. Now, a lot of people try to read my mirror when they're in here. Now, there are words on it. And it says I am built. And then it says, for comfort, not speed. Howling Wolf, the famous person you probably never heard of. But look him up, Howling, HOWLIN apostrophe, no G there, Howling Wolf, WOLF, Wolf spelled traditionally. That's Howling Wolf. He said that. It's attributed to him. You want to look him up. And a lot of people, they say, "Oh, are you a deadhead?" I'm like, yeah, I guess you'd call me that if you want to. I mean, I wouldn't want to label myself so limitedly. Love the Grateful Dead, sure do. Yeah, wouldn't have. Again, no, this is my bathroom. And my bathroom, it is having some problems with its tension rod here. The tension rod broke, but this is astrology here. See, this is December or Yule. And then look, it's a wheel, guys. And look, here's January. And here's February. And here's March. See, and this is the night sky as it relates. And see, it's like a fucking wheel, guys. See, October, Samhain, November, see, December. There's a big fucking wheel in my bathroom of all the astrological symbols. There's also a wheel on my wall. It's the Wiccan wheel. It's how the witches tell time. Oh no. Yeah, please, be offended now in the 21st century that there are witches. Like you've always been fucking offended, Christians. Please, be offended by us more. Please. Please, why don't you burn us again? Why don't you set us on fire again? That was so nice. Love being set on fire. That's always fun. Happened to Joan of Arc. I think I was Gildy Ra in that story. Do you know who Gildy Ra was? No. But you know who Joan of Arc was. Y'all burned her alive at the stake. Hope you remember who Joan of Arc was. She was one of your great warriors. And you guys loved her so much, you set her on fire for being a witch. Yeah, you sure fucking did. Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc. One of your own. Yep. You set her on fire. You did. You burned her alive, and she was a holy warrior for you. So pardon me if I don't trust a lot of you Christians. You burn your own alive. Look into the Knights Templar. Look at how most of us met our end back then. Do it. Look it up. Look it up on your Google machines, on your fucking media machines, before they drive you fucking mad. They'll drive you fucking mad, they will. My incense still burns. But then I have another disc for incense too. You see that? What's that on there? It's another incense wheel. And what's this? This is a wand of sorts. It's a GoPro Hero 7. Should I turn this on? And then I can make a video of us making a video. Hold on. Let's do that. Let's get the GoPro on first. There we go. GoPro's on, see? GoPro, start recording. See, there's GoPro recording, see? And then there's GoPro recording me live while I record this live while something plays on the TV. See? And then we can switch cameras. So we can see so then we can switch cameras again, see? See, that was a lot tighter on there. And then we're keeping the GoPro out there, I guess. But we can't see ourselves on either of these things. They're both filming. See how that works? See, this one's still filming. This one's been filming for 22 minutes. This one's been filming for how long now? See, it's meta. It's whatever I want to do. I did want to point out that this art here, see, Keith Parkinson. This guy's a brilliant artist. Look at this. And this is from a calendar he released years ago. That's him. Look at that. Beautiful art. Beautiful fucking art. I don't know if Keith Parkinson's still alive. I'm just trying to share his art if he is. Even if he's not alive, support his estate. Great artist. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, turn off. Only problem with the GoPro commands is that if you see anybody else with a GoPro, it's not voice controlled. So you can turn off their GoPro by just knowing the GoPro commands. This is the Book of Lies. Maybe you've heard of it. Now I've covered up the author's name with a peace symbol because this is not an official copy. This was, it's not. It was, looks like it was produced in accordance with, but see, the Book of Lies, which is also falsely called Breaks. The wanderings or falsifications of the one thought of Frater Perdurobo, which thought is itself untrue by Aleister Crowley. Now this is the Book of Lies. I'm just going to randomly open it today. This is, of course, KF, the Elephant and the Tortoise. I'm going to read this to you all, but you've seen it. The absolute and the condition together make the one absolute. The second, who is the fourth, the demiurge, whom all nations of men call the first, is a lie grafted upon a lie multiplied by a lie. Fourfold is he, the elephant, upon whom the universe is poised. But the carapace of the tortoise supports and covers all. This tortoise is sixfold, the holy hexagram. These 6 and 4 are 10. 10, the one manifested that returns into the naught unmanifest. The Almighty, the All-Ruler, the All-Knower, the All-Father, adored by all men and by me abhorred. Be thou accursed, Be thou abolished. Be thou annihilated. Amen. Now I could read another one in order, but I'll just flip randomly again, see what the universe wants you to hear from the Book of the Lies today. Let's just see what the energies open up to this time. Well, hey, here we have the next one it wants us to read is Kia, Venus of Milo. And I'm just going to read this, and you can see me reading it if you want to. I don't fucking care. It's what you're staring at this morning. Life is as ugly and necessary as the female body. Death is as beautiful and necessary as the male body. The soul is beyond male and female as it is beyond life and death. Even as the lingam and the yoni are but diverse developments of one organ, so also are life and death but two phases of one state. So also the absolute and the condition are but forms of that. What do I love? There is no form, no being to which I do not give myself wholly up. Take me, who will. You don't have to agree with everything I say. You don't have to agree with anything I say. This is one tarot deck. This is the Thoth deck. The Thoth deck was created by Aleister Crowley, Lady Frida Harris. Now this is the Tower. This is one depiction of the Tower. The Tower is XVI. That's 16. See, there's some Hebrew symbols and some other symbols down there, and this is the Tower. This is from the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana would be 0. Now see, 0 we have to be grateful for. An Arabian mathematician in the desert. In the beginning, there was no 0 at all. There was just 1. But then I believe he was a Sufi mystic, S-U-F-I, I believe. I could be wrong there, my memory may be a little off there, and I apologize if it is. I'm debating shaving this morning, but I can't find my shears. I did but lend them to a neighbor. They returned them after not using them, and which meant I put them somewhere for safekeeping, and they're not where I normally would put them because I but lent them to a neighbor. So one small little disturbance creates larger disturbances. And I could talk about anything. And as long as we have agreed on the terms, you, me, all of us could have a discussion. Now I'm sitting on my toilet, not taking a shit. I'm fully clothed here. This is just my warm room. When I want to be very warm and sauna-like, I would draw a bath and soak in a bath, but that would be bad for my stitches to soak too long in water. So I don't want to rip my stitches out. And it is raining today, unfortunately. The rain sucks for my car because it has no back windshield. You didn't know it was going to rain, and the rain's already falling in my car. And, well, I did lose my cell phone. I knew where it was the whole time because I was tracking it. I didn't want to turn this new one on because I needed a new OtterBox. But since I can't have everything in sequential order, I now have a brand new G8 ThinQ with the old SIM card, because the old cell phone was never lost. It was just placed somewhere to see how long until it was returned to me. Today I am very grateful. Yesterday I was very grateful when I finally made it down to 7-Eleven, because with 6 stitches in my foot, making it down to 7-Eleven is a bit challenging of a walk. It can be done, just don't want to overdo it. So I've been limiting my walks to about a block. Circle radius kind of thing. Not a problem. I don't mind staying close to temple at all. So, anyway, we're at 31 minutes. I think that's good. I don't think I need to talk about anything else. I think I've covered enough ground this morning. Certainly hope so. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, that's fine. You don't have to. Now, I could give you a lot of different names. But one of the names, I was born into it, so meaning you can take that for what it is. Matthew. But I don't really like hearing the whole Matthew part. Never really have. When my mom was mad, she would use my full name, Matthew. So whenever I hear Matthew, I still hear my mom, and she's been dead a while, kind of being upset with me, and I never really wanted her to be upset with me legitimately. We had enough between us that upset ourselves with each other. Plenty. She was a Christian. I'm not a Christian. That was enough right there someday. I'm reminded daily by my family that I'm less than because I don't follow their path. I would never let that come between me and my family, but, that's my family for you. Letting shit come between us that don't need to come between us. And I love my family, don't get me wrong. Hey, Spence Clan, I love you. I just think it's best that I love most of you from very fucking far away. I don't want to see you, and you know you don't want to see me. Otherwise, when I was going through the denouement of my marriage, and, Aunt Rosemary and Regina, for instance, you all were right over there opening up the new IKEA. You could have walked over to where my life was. Not falling apart, but certainly being held together with some tape and spit polish and, not falling apart, but certainly falling down a little bit, and I'm not afraid to admit that. You guys were right across the fucking street vacationing, as far as I fucking know. I don't know what you were fucking doing. You didn't bother to come over and drop off food. You didn't bother to come over and check on me. So as far as I'm concerned, hey, you're my family, but fuck off. Go fuck yourselves. And I mean that kindly. Go masturbate. I know you're Catholics and you probably think that's evil or something because every sperm is sacred and I don't know, you should only procreate for making babies or some shit because your good book says sex is bad and obscene and only do it if you're making babies. Because that's what God wants. Don't have sex for enjoyment. Well, if your brilliant God didn't want us fucking for enjoyment, please tell me why the hell he made it feel so good. And if you masturbated, you'd know it feels good. And if you tell me you don't masturbate, guess what? I don't trust you. Why don't you do something that has health benefits and makes you feel good? Why? Oh, because God said masturbation's wrong? Well, then your God ain't one I need to follow. But then again, Spences, Sharps and Rakes, Clans, and Browns, all of you. I'll call you all out. You want to tell me that Jesus is the one way to salvation? You want to tell me that? Meanwhile, you Presbyterians were fighting with the Catholics. So, the Rakeses were fighting with the Spences. This is before the Browns came into the picture. I got no problems with the Browns. My problems lie mostly with the Rakes and the Spences. And I've really got no problem with the Sharp clan as it stands. I always liked George Sharp just fine. Thought he was a hell of a guy. I thought he got a pretty raw deal by the Spence clan and by the Rakes clan. I know that really cool fucking mask I had in my room was awesome. It didn't deserve to be thrown in the garbage because it was an original George Sharp. You all fuckers threw that in the garbage, not me. Well, I didn't like that being thrown in the garbage much. Yeah, James. It was an original George Sharp. And dispenses and rakes threw that fucker in the garbage. Just to show you how much respect they showed an original piece of your father's art. I tried to pull it out of the garbage. I got hit for it. I ain't gonna hear no lies about what happened to me when I tried to pull something out of the fucking garbage on the farm. It's a goddamn beautiful mask that George Sharp made. And it was thrown away. By my knowledge, Stephen Spence, because he was told to throw it away, my father. Hey, I'm Matthew Stephen Spence. Pleased to meet you. Got one of them bullshit middle names. If you know my dad, you know his name is Stephen Spence. He got a cool middle name. That's up to him to divulge it. But he does. I got a bullshit middle name, and that's alright. I do like my sister's name, Rachel Elizabeth. It's probably because I was the one who fucking chose it in California when I was 5. And no, I don't remember these things, secondhand memory, somebody telling me. I remember when I was 5 fucking years old. Not hard to do. I lived in California for a little while when I was 5. And my sister was born out there. I know she was born out there. She was born in Ventura, California, my sister Rachel Elizabeth Spence. One of the smartest, most brilliant, and one of the most beautiful people I know is my sister. The family's abandoned her as well. If you ever talk to my sister, now I don't know how you would. The only phone number I have for her has recently changed. I'm sorry, the last argument, Rachel, if you're watching this, that we got in was about whether our father, Stephen Spence, loved his new family, Helen Ludwig, and her 2 daughters, Ariana Musavi and Sarah now Uspovia or some Russian name. I think I've got that right, Victor, not trying to be rude to your Russian name. I think it's Uspavi. And then, and I know I have the Iranian Musavi name correct, Mousavi. That is the Iranian birth name that 2 of Helen Ludwig's children had. And this is all matter of public record. I don't mind sharing things about family at all, even if they're not family by any real marriage or anything beyond my father calling them family. But, what you call something is what it becomes. Words are important. I once had a wife. I still technically do. But I can assure you, I'm as divorced from her in my heart as one can be. Just haven't paid for the official divorce yet, because right now in these difficult virus times, not sure I feel like devoting the cash to divorcing my wife, Amanda Spence, who would prefer to be called Mandy, I think still. She's in Oklahoma City, and I hope she's well out there. Lord knows I never wanted anything but the best for her. I know she didn't like that I didn't support her enough in her clinic defense project league, or whatever the hell. Clinic escort defenders, whatever you all call yourselves. That's not my battle. I'm fine with, your battle to support people and their right to abortion. That's your right to do that. I think abortion's a very thorny topic. Personally, as a man with a penis, and unless things change, I'm never going to have to go get an abortion, because I'm part of that problem equation. Because I have a working penis, and when I ejaculate, the sperm comes out, and that's really the end of my role in the situation, as it were, biologically. The sperm then penetrates the egg. There's a lot of sperm. Only one sperm wins. And, that sperm is the one that created me. And that sperm is the one that created you. Now the first test tube baby was born the same year as I. So then it's not so much about a lot of sperm winning the race, but the one sperm being introduced to the egg during a, test tube birth. And then that is implanted into a living woman usually. But the baby itself is born outside the body, then implanted. And that can happen, people, just so you know. First one happened the same year I was born. I was born 4/12/1978. There's no mystery there. Again, there's no mystery. My name's Matthew Stephen Spence. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. Daniel Johnston was a brother in music. Wonderful, wonderful man. Most of you might remember Kurt Cobain from Nirvana wearing a white shirt, and it had black and art on it. Black, like black marker on white shirt, black on white. Black is the absence of all color, white is all color in the visual spectrum. So a white shirt, which is all colors at once, let's just view it that way. And black, the absence of all colors, black on white. Ebony on ivory. We can go that way if we want. Black on white, like that's actually black on a light blue, but close enough. This is green, but it doesn't look green, does it? That is green, where it says that name. That's actually green. I don't know why it's coming up gray. I'll have to look into the colors. That is green to me. And then it's black. This is a drinking horn. I have two. That's the ace of discs. That's all. What is that? That is two of swords, which also means peace.